Hey Wando and Beckham students, I'm Ellie Canner and welcome to East Cooper Student News. Today, we'll tell you how you can get a haircut and several other cosmetology services right here on campus. Plus,
oh my god, yeah, let's go!
Why this Wando student is losing his mind, and
there's kind of a stigma that you're disabled because you're in a wheelchair, but at the same time, I don't know, mentally I'm still the same.
The story of one student who turned adversity into prosperity. It's April 27th, and that's what's coming up on ECSN right now.
Let's do this. You ready?
What's up, Wonder Woman?
Good morning, I'm Ellie Canner. Lucy Beckham High School opened its doors in 2020. Part of the reason the school was built was to help alleviate some overcrowding at Wando. Now, Beckham may be overcrowded and overcapacity with the introduction of their first senior class next year. I had a chance to talk with Principal Miss Dassing and students about how they plan to deal with the issue next year. When you walk the halls of Lucy Beckham High School, there's plenty of space. That's because there's only 9th, 10th, and 11th graders at school. Next year, the Bengals will have their first senior class. Beckham Principal Miss Dassing says her and her students are excited about the rising seniors.
Very, very excited to have a full senior class. Of course, any high school wants to have 9th through 12th grade, so we're extremely excited.
I think traditions, I know other schools have really fun traditions, and then I know other schools during Spirit Week, theirs are a lot more fun because they're more competitive since they've been through all the years, but we didn't really have that.
Now that all 4 grade levels are going to be at Beckham, Miss Dassing says that they estimate Beckham will have more than 1,700 students next year.
Our capacity is right at 1,500, so we are going to have more students than the building was built for, but we're making plans to accommodate those.
Since the school is expecting to have more students than the building was built for, students say they have some concerns.
Lunch and then classrooms, didn't they say that we're not going to have enough classrooms for all the teachers?
I think lunch, it'll be hard for everyone to find a spot during lunch.
But Miss Dassing says she has a plan in place to help ease any growing pains.
So we'll be adding probably 20 to 25 new teachers. One of the things that will probably have to happen is teachers may have to share some classroom spaces and we're going to have to be creative with those different kinds of spaces because we'll have more students.
25 new teachers is a lot, and Miss Dassing says the staff additions means teachers may have to be creative with their space.
We have lots of spaces outside of our classroom, including our courtyard, cafeteria, media center, these independent learning spaces. So teachers are just going to have to be creative and be willing to think beyond the classroom.
Just like every growing child, Lucy Beckham High School is going through some growing pains. But Dassing and her students are happy to deal with the growing pains as Lucy Beckham High School continues to build its identity. Reporting for ECSN, I'm Ellie Canner. At the March 28th school board meeting, the board agreed to reallocate money to install 8 additional classrooms at Beckham. Coming back to the CAS cosmetology students now have an exciting new opportunity. Since the start of COVID, these students could only practice their skills on dolls. Now, the cosmetology salon is officially open and accepting appointments. You can get basic services like a basic haircut, manicure, and pedicure, and everything in between. Students are excited about the opportunity, and businesses can be more confident when it comes to hiring the cosmetology students at the CAS, knowing they have real-life experience.
The salon being open is good because I can apply the skills I've learned, and it gives me the opportunity to practice for my future career.
The person working on my hair today is very passionate about what she's doing and super knowledgeable. I mean, I wouldn't have even expected her to know so much at where she's at, but she is awesome.
Appointments are Mondays and Wednesdays. If you'd like to schedule an appointment, call the number on the screen. If you walk across the atrium at the CAS, you might notice some construction signs. That's because pretty soon our own school store will be opening here at the CAS. The Beacon Market will run by the DECA after-school program. The store is opening to create a learning opportunity for those interested in entrepreneurship and running a small business. Ms. Madre says the store should be fun for both workers and shoppers.
You should be excited because we are going to have Chick-fil-A sandwiches for breakfast available. We don't have to get scammed out of all the awesome vending machines here at the CAS. Anything you want and need, we will take all of your requests, try and get it approved, and send you on your happy way.
The soft open will be May 2nd. The store will be open before school and during lunches. While the Beacon Market is under construction, one Wando student already has a small business of her own. Sydney Fowler has a clothing business, but ECSN reporter Brooke Vokes tells us it's not that simple, as her business opportunity was born out of severe adversity.
Sydney Fowler is a junior at Wando High School who found a passion for running a small business. Her clothing business is called Single Soul.
It's something that I've always dreamed of doing, but never would I have thought like I would have done it this young. And I've always loved fashion, and I've really been passionate about it. And I briefly brought it up to my brother. I was like, hey, should I do this? He's like, yeah, you should do it now. Why not? You have time. So I looked into it, did some research, and just went from there and started Single Soul.
From photo shoots to running a whole website on her own, Sydney has learned the ways of running a small business since the beginning of the COVID pandemic. She has marketed her brand towards teenage girls, but she also has some future additions to the brand Single Soul coming soon.
Goals for the future for Single Soul are just to keep growing and possibly go into other lines of fashion, like maybe men's clothing, because I do own it with my brother, and that is something I do really enjoy. So that's a possibility, and hopefully one day a disabled line for other girls in wheelchairs, because things just fit different. So who knows, but that's just some ideas, and then obviously just to grow, maybe a storefront, who knows.
It's probably unusual that a 16-year-old has a business like this, but this business was born out of heartbreaking circumstances. Sydney suffered from a staph infection. It compressed her spinal cord, and now she is paralyzed from the waist down.
So now I use a wheelchair full time, and I think there's kind of a stigma that you're disabled because you're in a wheelchair, but at the same time, I don't know, mentally I'm still the same.
Sydney was a star volleyball player when she was hospitalized for her staph infection. She could have given up on so much more than volleyball, but despite this setback, she decided to make the most of it and fulfill one of her life goals early on. That's why Single Soul exists today. If you want to support fellow student Sydney Fowler on her journey to success, you can do so by shopping at singlesoul.shop. This is Brooke Vokes reporting for ECSN.
Thanks, Brooke. Again, Sydney's website is singlesoul.shop. And speaking of shopping, most of us are familiar with the convenience of Amazon. Just a couple of clicks, and 2 days later, whatever you ordered shows right up at your door. What you might not know about Amazon, though, is they gave away $10 million in scholarships to high school seniors. It's called the Amazon Future Engineer Scholarship, and 250 kids are getting $40,000 to go to college. Plus, they get an internship with Amazon during college. Wando student Justin Silva was just one of 3 South Carolina students to receive the scholarship. Take a look at his reaction when he found out.
No. Oh my God! Yeah, let's go! I can't believe this. Oh my God. This is awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Justin plans to go to the Clemson Honors College and major in computer science. Justin is also on the CAS coding team. They have a competition coming up this Saturday with Lockheed Martin. Congratulations and good luck. All semester, we've been ending our show with a fun segment where Caesar Inquist eats hot sauce with teachers and asks them fun questions. We're going to finish strong with another segment, but today we make history with our first female guest on Hot Takes. Today's guest is horticulture teacher Mrs. Schultz.
Hello, everybody. I'm Caesar Enquist with Hot Takes. Today I'm interviewing Miss Schultz.
Actually, my dream job for a really long time was to be what they call a stock contractor for the Professional Bull Riding Association.
Wow.
So I love cows and I love bull riding. It's an awesome sport. I'm debating on drinking some ranch.
Drinking?
Drinking.
Why?
I feel like it would help.
I almost cried.
You are crying.
A little bit.
Am I crying?
Almost.
We're crying.
Just zen. Just gotta be zen. And with that, thank you, everybody. I'm Caesar Enquist with Hot Takes.
I am Peyton Schultz.
Thank you.
We did it.
We did it.
You can catch the full interview on our YouTube page. We just want to leave you with a couple of things before we end the show. If you like the show and want to be a part of ECSN, please apply using the QR code on your screen. Applications are due May 1st, which is just a few days from now. If you have questions, come by L118 in the CAS and talk to Mr. Fabiano. Lastly, our final show of the year will be on May 11th. It won't look like our regular episodes, but instead we'll be looking to celebrate the class of 2022 before we graduate. Make sure to stay tuned. Signing off for ECSN, I'm Ella Canner.